Good morning. Happy Monday. We're going to pick up where we left off on Friday with Uncle Paul's top 10 NBA franchises of all time. And I'm going to share my screen. We're just going to quickly review where we left off. And we're going to start out with just understanding what the criteria is. And again, this is just my opinion. I'm not going to read through these all. I'll let you pause them, or you can go listen to the first video we did on Friday. And then we're going to cover number 10, cover the Dallas Mavericks. And again, we talked about why the New York Knicks are not and probably won't be in the top 10 for a very long time. Again, just for a reminder and friendly jab, New York fans, and just for good measure. And then number 9, we left off with the Philadelphia 76ers. And now we're going to jump to number 8. So number 8 is interesting to me. They've had a pretty good history and pretty good run, but obviously the 2 championships they had back, in the 90s with Hakeem the Dream and what he did. He did it to Patrick Ewing again, and then he also did it to a young Shaquille O'Neal. So they have 4 finals, 2 championships, 4 finals appearances. I can't peg them. They've been somewhat consistent, but I can't peg them in terms of where they're going to go. Got an owner who wants to spend the money and bring talent in, but their GM, and I'm just not convinced that the small ball thing is going to work out. I really am not. And then, Russell and James, did well playing together, but getting rid of Clint Capella, I think, really, really hurt them. You need a big like that who can, have to run sets around him. He's almost like a more offensive, better I don't know, all-around center and cog than Dennis Rodman was for the teams, for the Pistons and the Bulls and the teams that he played for. Doesn't demand the ball, but just gets out there and hustles for you. I think letting Clint Capella go really hurt them. And again, when you start playing against AD and LeBron and teams and the Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee of the Lakers, I think that hurt your chances long-term. So some of the other players to talk about, Steve Franchise, Westbrook, and then obviously James Harden. The beard. He, in my opinion, is arguably the most prolific offensive player I've ever seen, and that includes Jordan, Kobe. He's unguardable. You can't stop him from driving. You can't stop him from doing that step back 3. He's adding, components to his game. He gets to the line. He is really unstoppable. And what makes it scary is this year in the playoffs, he was playing defense. Jimmy Butler is typically your defensive player. I used to call James Harden Jimmy Butter, but just because of how easy you got through his defense. But this year was different, and I think he really wants it. So it'll be interesting to see, but I just don't think that they can get it done without Clint Capella. Anyway, we're going to move on to number 7. My beloved Detroit Pistons, who are in jeopardy of falling out of the top 10, unfortunately, because of the state there. And we got a new GM. Hoping this young brother can get it done. But, obviously they won the back-to-back Bad Boys championships in 89 and 90, and then again in 2004 against Kobe and Shaq. That was a good victory for them. That was, you can't take anything away from that one. We had a team of no names, which is how we've always done it. Just hard working in Detroit. It's always kind of been our thing and the way that we embrace our team. So we have 7 appearances. I'm not going to read them through. They've been a great organization, and I consider Detroit a smaller market team. They're not like Chicago, New York, Miami, LA. But again, not a big draw here, in terms of, advertising and the glitz and the glamour. But we've been winning championships. So, I think we can get it done again. We just have to get the right GM in, and we have to draft well, and we have to also, get signed some key cog free agents that can get it done. And I think we spent too much money on Andre Drummond and Reggie Jackson. I can't stand either of those guys, to be perfectly candid with you. I'm so glad we got rid of them and that salary cap that went with them. And I think that we really need to move Blake. If he can get healthy and we can pawn him off on somebody else, and we just need to rebuild and start from scratch. So some of the notable play. I think when Bill Davidson owned the team, we did well. I'm not sold on Tom Gores right now. Really not sold on him at all. And I think it's hard to be an absentee owner and not live in the city where you own your franchise. It's just my personal opinion. But again, some of the notable names, we've had a lot, right? So Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Bill Laimbeer, Mark McGuire, Dave Bing. I don't have him listed here, but obviously one of the key cogs. Bob Lanier, another one. Mark McGuire, Dennis Rodman, John Sally, Vinnie Johnson, Rick Mahorn, Uncle Rick, Chauncey Billups, Mr. Big Shot, Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince. We have a great brand in the Bad Boys, and I will always defend the Bad Boys. Yes, they were bullies. Yes, they played defense hard. They're my bullies. They're our bullies, and don't apologize for anything. So, and Michael Jordan, you need to get over your animosity towards Isaiah. He made you what you are. If it weren't for the Detroit Pistons and who we are, you guys wouldn't even be in this top 6 either. So, top 10 either. So, anyway, that's it for today. Hope you are enjoying your early morning start here, and hope you have a wonderful week.